The acceleration of human history is often traced by Elon Musk to the year 2026, which he describes as a threshold moment on the path toward artificial general intelligence. In his view, by 2026, the speed of AI development has already surpassed the ability of human institutions and social systems to adapt. Computing power is approaching the functional scale of the human brain, and artificial intelligence is no longer limited to executing instructions, but begins to structure problems and generate solutions on its own. Musk argues that at this stage, AI may surpass average human intelligence across multiple domains, not through creativity or emotion, but through speed, scale, and accuracy of reasoning. He also maintains that once intelligence is effectively solved, providing that intelligence with a physical body becomes a matter of engineering time, which is why humanoid robots begin appearing in factories and logistics environments as replacements for repetitive physical labor. According to Musk, the year 2027 marks a point at which artificial intelligence may surpass the intelligence of the single smartest human. He often contrasts the human brain, which can focus on only one complex problem at a time, with AI systems that can test millions of hypotheses simultaneously. In the same time frame, he highlights brain-computer interface technology as a critical development. Rather than viewing it solely as a medical tool, Musk frames it as a necessary bridge that allows humans to remain relevant by directly interfacing with increasingly powerful machine intelligence. In his words, humans cannot compete with AI in isolation and must instead connect to it. Energy and transportation become the defining forces of change in 2028. Musk has repeatedly argued that solar power, combined with large-scale battery storage, will cross a tipping point at which it becomes dramatically cheaper than fossil fuels. Once energy approaches abundance, manufacturing costs collapse and traditional price structures begin to break down. In the same year, Musk describes full autonomous driving not as a fundamental technological problem, but as a data problem. With sufficient real-world data, machine-driven transportation becomes safer than human driving, leading cities to reorganize around autonomous mobility rather than privately owned vehicles. For Ray Kurzweil, the year 2029 represents the most critical milestone in his long-term forecasts. He has consistently predicted that by this time, artificial intelligence may display behavior indistinguishable from human intelligence. The significance of this moment is not the passing of any specific test, but the loss of humans as the benchmark for intelligence itself. Kurzweil also argues that around this period, medical progress may begin to outpace biological aging, a condition he describes as longevity escape velocity. If medical advances extend life faster than aging reduces it, aging becomes a manageable condition rather than an inevitable fate. Around the same time, Musk introduces an even more radical idea, suggesting that a single AI system could eventually exceed the combined cognitive output of the entire human population, referring not to consciousness or emotion, but to raw information processing capacity. As Musk describes it, the year 2030 marks the beginning of a profound economic shift. With robots and artificial intelligence performing the majority of productive labor, the scarcity of human work diminishes dramatically. This opens the door to concepts such as universal high income, where basic prosperity no longer depends on employment. In this context, not working becomes the default rather than the exception. During the same period, Musk reiterates that relying on a single planet places civilization at existential risk, framing Mars not as a destination for exploration, but as a backup for human civilization itself. Kurzweil's projections for 2031 focus on medicine. He argues that artificial intelligence will increasingly design drugs, model diseases at the molecular level, and identify treatments beyond human intuition. Diseases such as cancer are no longer viewed as matters of fate, but as complex technical challenges that can be systematically addressed. Medicine shifts away from reactive treatment and toward continuous management and prevention. Building on this trajectory, the year 2032 is often described as the moment when humanoid robots move beyond factories and warehouses and enter private homes. Robots capable of cleaning, cooking, and caregiving become as commonplace as smartphones, drastically reducing the role of labor in everyday human life. Changes in space and energy accelerate around 2035. Long-term human presence on Mars shifts from short missions to sustained habitation, while on Earth, renewable energy becomes the dominant source of power generation. Fossil fuels gradually lose their central role, and human survival strategies evolve from a single-planet model to a multi-planetary framework. In Kurzweil's longer-term outlook, 2037 marks the rise of nanotechnology as a foundational medical tool. Microscopic machines operating inside the human body repair cells, strengthen the immune system, and transform the body from a consumable biological structure into a system that can be continuously maintained. By 2039, the boundary between physical reality and digital experience becomes increasingly blurred. Technologies that transmit signals directly to the brain enable immersive virtual experiences that are indistinguishable from physical reality. Kurzweil predicts that around 2040, the human neocortex will begin connecting directly to external computational resources. Cognitive ability is no longer limited by the biological brain, but by the scale of accessible computing power. Resource and manufacturing concepts undergo another transformation by 2042. With the ability to assemble matter at the molecular level, waste becomes raw material, and scarcity becomes a design challenge rather than a natural constraint. This is the beginning of what Kurzweil calls an economy of abundance. Finally, Kurzweil identifies 2045 as the point of technological singularity. Beyond this threshold, the trajectory of civilization becomes difficult to describe using human concepts. Consciousness itself may be treated as information, capable of being stored, copied, or transferred into new physical or synthetic forms. This timeline is not presented as a fixed prophecy, but as a record of why these thinkers converge on the same direction.